Hi, and welcome to the 10-10-Diverse Show, episode 71. Today we've got either 13 or 14 artists. We're going to quickly promote one of their songs, tell us who they are as an artist and the story behind their song. So a return to the show for the wonderful Rosita Stone. Could you introduce yourself? Who is Rosita Stone and what's the story behind your song, Love to the World?
Hi, my name is Rosita Stone. I'm presently in Canada. I'm an international artist. I've won some awards. I work really hard for it. I'm a songwriter, a performer, a producer, and dancer, director. And I strive to do all I can in this world. It's not easy. The song Love to the World is a collaboration. I wrote it and I collaborated with Chris Flores, who's out of LA. He's worked with Rihanna / Black Eyed Peas. And we collaborated on it and it turned out amazing. Love to the World. Really, the idea about it is we are all born, because there's all sorts of stuff going on in the world. But really, at the end of the day, we are all born to bring love to this world. Really, all of us, no matter what, skin color, race, ethnicity, whatever our differences are, we are all born to bring love to the world. And if there's even one person in this world who we can who has our back, then we are richer than rich. So I could go on about it, but it's a song that's really close to my heart. And we did really well. I did really well with this song. We went to #1 on several networks worldwide, about 25 networks worldwide. It went to #1. And as an independent Canadian artist, I'm really proud of myself for that. So I just, I'm like a pit bull pushing it forward. You have to be.
Rosita Stone, you're absolutely fantastic, and you don't even need our help here. You're already flying high, but check this.
We all need help. I do need the help. It's just, I'm really good at promotion, all these things, and what it seems sometimes isn't behind the scenes, but we all need help.
What I'm saying is, I see you get 100,000 views within a month before you even join us on your songs on average. So
yeah, I pre-promoted like crazy to certain niche and certain radios that had played me before, and just it was a lot of work. Really, it's not easy.
You're fantastic. Without further ado, let's get acquainted with Rosita Stone's music. If you're not already, you're going to love her. Love to the World by the one and only Rosita Stone. Enjoy, ladies.
Walk the mile on the road, felt the pain we've overcome. Do our best, we're not perfect in this life, baby. You make it worth it. You're like an angel, you never let me fall. You know just how to bring me back to love, back to love. Girl to boy, boy to girl, we are born, bringing love into the world. Boy to boy, girl to girl, we're bringing love into the world. La la, la la, to the world. I was lost, I was damaged, found my voice, found my balance, break the rules, they can't change you. This is how we were made, you're amazing. You're like an angel, you never let me fall. You know just how to bring me back to love, back to love. Girl to boy, boy to girl, we are born, bringing love into the world. Boy to boy, girl to girl, we're bringing love into the world. La la, la la, bringing love into
fantastic. Rosita Stone, everybody. Just my
Thank you.
welcome to the show, Denny there. So the way we're going to do this show tonight is, in case you all don't know, we've got 3 people in here with either a radio station or a radio show, who is Charlie Souza, Kimbo, and Kerry's Jukebox. Kimbo from Tash. Charlie, you can tell us about your show. I would like the 3 radio personalities to just quickly say something to each guest, if you can. Ladies first. Kerry, Kimbo, Charlie, in that order. What was your thoughts there, Kerry?
I thought it was very sultry and absolutely great production. Your vocals are absolutely spot on. If you'd like to send it in to me, I'll be happy to play it on my show.
I will. Can I get your information from Sparky after? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great.
Why
Thank you
don't
so
you put
much.
it in the chat? Why don't you drop all your links in the chat for between yourselves, but then I'll put it all in an
Okay.
article as well. But Kerry,
Okay.
just drop your stuff here. Same with you. Kimbo then, Charlie. Kimbo, Tash.
Well, I really appreciate it's poppy, but it's message
Yes.
pop. And you
Yes.
know, a lot of times there's not a lot of substance in music these days, and sometimes it's a little too dark. This I thought was very positive and up, and I think, you know, like that's just what the world needs. Seriously. Somebody mentioned the word sultry. I agree with that. Sultry vid. Okay, pretty hot vid. So all of that rolled in, man. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Well said, dude. Well said.
You're
well
right, Kimball. You're very right. It's like all we need is love in this world. And it's a beautiful lady and some beautiful music. Wow. Come on, Rosita. Yes.
Thank you.
Well said.
Thank you so
Charlie.
much.
You know, it
Normally I
doesn't-
write really serious songs, but normally my songs are serious, more like different, but that's the first song I really wanted to nail, like a song that was like a global pop hit like that with you know, so I really went for that. And so yeah, so it's
Well,
different
you
than
did
what I
that.
did
You did it.
before.
You
honestly,
did it.
I mean, it doesn't go amiss for you, the fact that you're so pretty as well, didn't it, Rosita? So how does anyone find you? Have you got a website or any of these things? Then we're up to Clark Ford as our next guest. So
Yes, RositaStone.com, like my name, Rosita, and not Rosetta, but RositaStone.com, or you can find me on Facebook at Rosita Stone, Instagram, Rosita Stone Music. Just look me up and follow me. And I'll follow you. Whoever follows me, I follow back, right?
Yeah.
that's it. Rosita Stone, till the next time, thank you.
Thank you
That's
so
from-
much.
done.
Thank
From
you.
Toronto over to another part of the USA, I didn't actually get it. Clark Ford, could you introduce yourself? Who is Clark Ford as an artist, and what's the story behind your song, I Don't
Oh,
Want
okay.
to Work Today? I don't want to work today. Could you tell me, please?
Well, first of all, I'm very pleased to be here, and hi to everyone. I'm from I'm originally from California, so another West Coast person, but I'm living in Iowa. I've lived here for a number of years. I'm now retired, and that kind of figures into this song, I think. I was working when I was writing this song, but I didn't want to be working. And but I had an young adult son. And so I told myself I was writing this song about for my young adult son. You know, it's kind of a morality tale about not wanting to get out of bed and go to work. It's just a fun little country song. Nothing meaningful like your song, Rosita. It's just a fun little country song
Hey.
called.
It's absolutely brilliant, Clark. Honestly, don't you put yourself down like that. Wait till you hear this song, ladies and gentlemen. I Don't Want to Work Today. Sounds like a Bruno Mars song, doesn't it? By Clark Ford. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Masterclass.
I don't wanna work today, I just wanna sleep in, watch TV and hang out with you. I don't wanna work today, I just wanna lay around, do the thing that we do, I just wanna play. Maybe I'll call in sick, crawl back into bed, pull the covers over my head. Just wanna hit snooze one more time, close my eyes and drift off, snuggle in where it's warm and soft. I don't wanna work today, I just watch TV and hang out with you. I don't wanna work the day, I just wanna lay around, do the thing that we do. I just wanna play. This job doesn't pay me enough. I'm bored and I'm tired, but I can't afford to be fired. If I lose my job, don't know what I'll do. They'll take my house and my car, I'll lose everything, including you. But I don't wanna work the day, I just wanna sleep in, watch TV and hang out with you. I don't wanna work the day, I just wanna lay around, do the thing that we do. I just wanna play. Adulting is way too hard. Who invented it anyway? All I want is one day off. Can I have one every day? I don't wanna work today, I just wanna sleep in, watch TV and hang out with you. I don't wanna work today, I just wanna lay around, do the thing that we do. I just wanna play. I don't wanna work today, I just wanna sleep in, watch TV and hang out with you. I don't wanna work today, I just wanna lay around, do the thing that we do. I just wanna play.
Absolutely incredible. Loved it. Absolutely brilliant. So sorry, I'm having trouble. People try to come. So let's go the same again, the same order each time. Ladies first. Kerry, Kimbo, Charlie. What was your thoughts on Clark Ford's brilliant song there?
I
I'll
love
load up the next guest.
I love the lyrics. They're very relatable, you know, very, very catchy and very nice vocals. I'd be happy to play it on my show.
Nice one, nice one.
It was a beautiful harmony, and you know, that's what I do every day. I sleep in, so I love the song. Yeah, great stuff. Thank you.
Nice one, nice one. Kimbo.
Well, I'll tell you, when you work, and especially if you're in a cold climate and it's raining outside, last thing you want to do is get out of bed. I'm serious. And you're going through that in your head. Now, how can I call off? And you know you can't. So, you know, you got to get up and get to it. So I think it's something we're all familiar with. And the closer you get to retirement, the worse it gets. You know, it's like, maybe I'll just call off and that'll be that. But yeah, a fun song and highly relatable to most people in the world, I think. So good job, man.
Absolutely. Brilliant, Clark. You seem like such a happy and lovable guy as well. Look at him, big smiling. I love seeing people take the big smiles and they get their compliments. So thanks to I'm calling these the judges, not the X Factor judges. We need to come up with a name for who you people are. But Clark Ford, how does anyone find you, dude? Do you have a website, or what's the best way for anyone to contact you?
Yeah, I do. You know, it's but that's not the best way to contact me. Probably Facebook or Instagram, or you know, or YouTube, or I don't know. I'm all over the place, or I try to be. But it's obviously a low budget operation. My video was low budget.
Nice one, nice one, nice one. So Clark Ford, thank you for being a marvelous guest. Until the next time, dude.
Thank you.
So from Iowa over to Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know if he's actually in that exact town at the moment, but Russ Stallons, this is your show now, 6 or 7 time coming back here. Mr. Russ Stallons, who are you as an artist and what's the story behind your song, That Be You?
Hey, yeah, my name's Russ Stallons. I'm a songwriter and I sing a little bit too. And yeah, I wrote this song here. It's called That'd Be You. Wrote this song with a guy named J. Mark Bailey. And so we wrote this song together. We wrote this song we were sitting outside. We were watching, looking at nature. It was in the fall season, or the beginning of the fall season we're about to enter into, looking at the creek, looking at the sun coming up. So you'll hear those lyrics in the song. And I actually wrote this song about my wife. A lot of my songs are about that. We've been married 30 years. So that's what the song's about.
Russ, you're one of the most humblest artists I've ever met. This guy is world class. He is country. He's going to be my co-host in the country show. So that's something for the future. But sit back and enjoy this marvelous piece of work. That would be you. That would be you. It's that language where it's got this apostrophe in the D, but you know how the Nashville talk. That Be You by Russ Stallons. Sit back and enjoy. One love.
Country sunrise and a misty morning coming up over the trees, when the red and golden brush strokes are painted on the leaves. Some folks go there like the seasons, they don't ever come to stay. But there's someone who fills my heart with blue skies and endless summer days. That'd be you. I don't want to live without you. That'd be you. You take my breath away. You're beautiful on the outside and the inside. I want you to know that I thank God every day for this precious woman that He sent me. That'd be you. Sound of water on the creek bank, smells of autumn put me at ease. The first sip of coffee with a good book are places I go to when I need peace. That'd be you. I don't want to live without you. That'd be you. You take my breath away. You're beautiful on the outside and the inside. I want you to know that I thank God every day for this precious woman that He sent me. That'd be you. Who understands me, stands beside me through the storms, and who is riding with me whatever road I'm on. That'd be you. I don't want to live without you. That'd be you. You take my breath away. You're beautiful on the outside and the inside. I want you to know that I thank God every day for this precious woman that He sent me. That'd be you. That'd be you. That'd be you.
right, Russ Stallons, ladies and gentlemen. And before my three amigos go, I'd like to ask Russ, who are your incredible band members you always say that make this happen for you as well, especially the one that's in the Country Hall of Fame? Could you tell me that, enlighten us again? And then Kerry, Kimbo, and Charlie.
Oh yeah, man. That group of musicians playing there, they call them Nashville Cats. That's Buddy Hyatt. He used to play with Toto, the 80s group Toto. You got Brent Mason there on guitar. I know you heard that guitar work. You got Joel Key, you got names are escaping me at the moment, but the A-Team there in Nashville. So you can look them up, but they're just top notch, and they make an old a silk purse out of a sow's ear like me. But those guys were just top notch, and they just sound awesome. So
they're all welcome. You tell them. I don't know if they would even entertain it, but they're welcome to make this show their home as well, Russ, anytime. Now let's get on with the three amigos, Kerry, Kimbo, and Charlie. And Charlie, you're also the next guest. Charlie, who's been up on stage with Tom Petty. Yes, him. So Kerry, Kimbo, and Charlie, please.
Russ, I mean, Beautiful is the song. Very, very memorable lyrics. You did a great job. I absolutely love country and I love the song. Well done. I just love it.
Thank you.
Well said, Mr. Kimbo.
Well, again, like she said, the vocals were fantastic. He really set the stage for what he was going to talk about. I mean, when he was talking about the porch, first sips of coffee, I mean, a little mist on the yard. I mean, that's fantastic. But the idea that the message is about commitment and love for that special someone in your life, and how that you stand by them, they stand by you. Very descriptive. You find somebody who's going to stand behind you and have your back. I mean, that's everything. So very well done. I appreciate that. Appreciate the music and the lyrics especially. Well said. Do you know what you just said there, Kimbo? See, if even that one person's got faith in you, you can do anything. And I know that firsthand, all right? So sorry for butting in there. Mr. Souza.
That's okay. Hey, listen, I love the harmony, and it's the Nashville sound, man. Really classy sound. The guitars are really blending nice, and you're giving the message out very clear. It's nice, man. Love it.
Well said. Mr. Russ Stallons, you all know the drill, that you just plug your website. How does anyone contact you that might see this in the future, Russ?
Yeah, you can find me, all over the place. Russ Stallons, RUSS, and I'm on, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you can, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you can. Google me. I'm out there.
You're absolutely brilliant. Honestly, Russ Stallons. Till the next time.
Thanks.
Legend.
Yes.
So, from Nashville over to Florida, he's not just a commentator, judge, or whatever. I need to get a name for my three amigos. Charlie Souza, introduce yourself as an artist, and what's the story behind yourself and the song "In the Gulf of Mexico"? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, hi there. I'm Charlie. I lived in LA for like 28 years, and I experienced the really crazy earthquake that scared the heck out of me. So of course, I wrote a song about that. But, to get all these feelings out, love and, fear, whatever feeling you have, you write a song and it comes out and you feel okay. So when I moved back to Florida, I lived on the beach. And like the first year I was there, the BP oil spill, and I was so depressed about it, because I lived on the beach and I looked at the water and I go, oh no, here comes all that oil and all the birdies and all the fishies, it's like, so this song came out of that feeling for me to try to heal from that. And that's what this is all about.
Hey, you're absolute legend.
Make it right. We got to make it right.
I love you to bits. He's always the first one in the room. This is your third or fourth appearance now. Charlie Souza with "In the Gulf of Mexico." Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Thank you.
One love.
Hey man, what's happening? You see that rig? Yeah, there's oil everywhere. There's fire everywhere, man. Look at that. It smells like oil. It blew up, man. What's going on? Looks like oil. Please don't tell us this is so. In the Gulf of Mexico, they just let that oil go. In the Gulf of Mexico. Life will never be the same. Many birds and fish are slain. 2 letters in the name made our brothers die in pain. Please don't tell us this is so. In the Gulf of Mexico, they just let that oil go. In the Gulf of Mexico. Now the people cry because we have lost our world that was, and the loss of human life. Have we lost our paradise? Please don't tell us this is so. In the Gulf of Mexico, they just let that oil go. In the Gulf of Mexico. America's wetlands are dying. Weary fishermen are crying. Black beaches once were white. Once were white. Seabirds never taken flight. And we're suffering through the dark night. We just got to make this right. Make it right. We just can't stand by and wait. Gotta save the world and make it great. Give it all, it's not too late. Heal with love, not with hate. So we use our strength within for the cleanup to begin. And together we can win. Birds and fish come back again. Until then we all will toil as we're cleaning up the oil. We are sad but we are strong. We will make a right from wrong. Please don't tell us this is so. In the Gulf of Mexico, they just let the oil go. In the Gulf of Mexico, please don't tell us this is so. In the Gulf of Mexico, BP, stop that oil flow. In the Gulf of Mexico, in the Gulf of Mexico. No, no. In the Gulf of Mexico. Oh yeah.
What do you think? We ought to pick up this oil, save that bird, clean the oil off that bird, baby. He be flying now. Look at him go. He's free, baby. There goes that bird now. All the little fishes. All them dolphins. Yeah, keep swimming, baby. Just keep going. We're gonna clean this oil up now. Make it right. Make it right. We got to make it right. Make it right. We got to make it right.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, because you can't talk to yourself about being a radio host, and Greenbeard here, Mr. Steve Andrews, he's our environmental activist. He's been trying to change the world for years, and he's doing a good job of it. Steve Andrews, would you obviously you want to say something to Charlie about that song? Then Kerry, then Kimball, then on to our next guest, who are blank Xpression. So Steve, Kerry, then Kimball, please.
Thank you, Sparky. Yeah, I'd love to say something about it. Charlie, you know, I write songs about the environment, and because it's so important. And I was thinking as it was playing, like, you know, we've had a For Change show before, and I think Sparky's got plans for a For Change in future, and that's a definite contender for the playlist for a For Change Sparky podcast show. And, you know, I think the more people writing songs and the more songs like that out there, the better. And you've done a brilliant job there, which is what I've said in the chat, you know, brilliant environmental protest song. So yeah, top class work there.
Well done, Steve. Steve and Mark, they've been on like 2 or 3 shows a week for the last year, basically, with me. So, Steve, you're probably the best talker out of everybody in the full family. You should get a radio show, then you can review everybody, because your reviews are great. But let's go. Kerry, then Kimbo, then our next guests are the Blank Xpression.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Steve was saying. You know, great positive message going on, great way of raising more awareness, a great funky groove going on, and I love the bass. Really, really well done production. Love it.
Thank you.
Well said, Mr. Kimball Whitebeard.
Well, I'll tell you what, the fact that it had some funk involved was great. I love that. Unfortunately, the message is, you know, about destruction from man. And not only does the oil spill affect the ocean and the beach and those sea creatures, but also it washes inland, and you've got all of that wetland pollution too. So it destroyed so much. I was living in Texas at the time, and I can remember go down to Galveston, and it was just, the oil had spread all over there. I mean, it was horrible. And you know, you step on a glob of oil, it's on there for the rest of your life. But yeah, it was horrible. It destroyed lives. It destroyed businesses, because nobody's going to the beach, you know. But,
I was thinking of moving to Mars.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, very well done.
Give Elon Musk a shout. He's looking for some volunteers, but you don't get to come back, unfortunately. But enjoy space. I'll say, Kimball. Charlie, how does anyone find you, brother? Just plug your website.
Oh, well, you know, I've got a new show I'm over the moon about. It's a radio show on 96.7 FM, radiostpete.com. Now I'm on there every Tuesdays at 4, you know, but I play a lot of the, you know, the area's artists. Not only that, everything is on my website, charliesouza.com.
Hey, Charlie, you're a legend, man. You should make a Top Talent family like show every now and again, because there's hundreds of world-class artists in this music family. Charlie Souza, until the next time. Love you, bro.
Thank you very much. Thank you for letting me be here.
Oh, dude,
love you, Rosita.
If Tom Petty's too busy and you've got nothing else to do, you can hang about with me any day.
Of course, it's on stage with Tom Petty.
Well, actually, to say one more thing, I've been invited up to Gainesville on the Tom Petty birthday. They're having a celebration, and the Sirius XM is going to be there in Gainesville on October 20th. And I'll be there telling stories about the time I spent in the studio with Tom. Anyway.
Hey, honestly, Charlie, love you to bits, man. Legend, honestly. Charlie Souza, one and only.
Thank you.
From Florida over to the UK. They've actually joined the music family before they've been on the show. Not many people do that. Absolute hats off to you guys. Blank Xpression, could you introduce yourselves? Hardy, I know you, but who's the other two? And tell us a bit about yourself and the tribute song, New World.
How you doing? You're all right. Hopefully you can hear us, because you can, yeah, because we changed position now. We were over there, now we come over here.
Now we're there.
So yeah, my name's Matty. I'm the vocalist and bassist, and I'm the newest and freshest member in both age and looks and everything, obviously.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Yeah.
I'm not that fresh.
And we got obviously, you know, Clarky. You got Stu over here on the drums.
Sure, I'm drummer.
Yeah, and it's great to be here. I just want to say as well that, you know, all the songs we've heard so far have been incredible. So well done, guys and girls.
Worried. We have to confess.
Yeah.
Holy man, that was so funky.
Yeah.
I love funk.
Yeah, that was seriously funky.
So
that was
cool.
great. So yeah, a little bit about the band. So Blank Xpression. Yeah, I mean, as I say, I'm the newest member, so I'm probably not the best one to talk about it really, but you know, I've been around since the 80s, pretty much.
81,
yeah.
79, 80. Well, I was in 80 really when we first got together. We were 16.
So who produced the first demo you did in 81, 82?
Well, we were very lucky because we got Phil Collins, Genesis. We went round to his house and spent the day there, and he produced 3 songs of ours, which one of the songs you're going to listen to is Blank Xpression, the New World. And yeah, so we went there. And then 6 months later, we went to play with the Jam and back to Jam as special guests at Brixton Academy in 1982.
Hey,
so, basically,
do you know when you mentioned Phil Collins, his son Simon Collins joined our music family, but he's a very, very private man. He doesn't trust anybody. So I've never managed to speak to him yet. You have to speak to his manager and all that stuff. But it's a small world. Man. So who is Chris Try, and why do you tribute the song New World to him? Because that's the song we're featuring today.
Yeah, so Chris, I mean, very unfortunate situation. I mean, Ian, do you want to explain?
Chris was the original singer-songwriter, been there since the beginning. Lovely fella, only 58 years of age. Was a keen jogger. He was out one morning in February on his usual jog. He had to step out into the road to avoid a pedestrian walking by and got hit by an oncoming car.
All right.
He survived, I think, 4 or 5 weeks in a coma in hospital and then passed away in early April. So it was a lovely man, and that this is the tribute to him, because it was his band, really, you know. So we're just carrying the torch. Lucky to have found Matty to replace him on the vocals.
Yeah, I mean, what's been nice is being able to take what he kind of built, but also apply a bit of my, bring something slightly fresh to it as well, but also keep the ethos of what he bought originally, so I've got my vocals on it, I'm playing the bass, but it's still a lovely tribute to him. So that's what's really nice about it,
Hey, absolutely. Do you know what you should do? You should get New World tattooed in your arms in respect of the boy. This is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen,
they got enough tattoos. I'm the only one who hasn't got tattoos, but
there you go.
I might get a Blank Xpression one on my arms at some point. I know, you never know.
Yeah.
But
this is Blank Xpression's debut, and we're bringing them on to feature all the tracks, past, present, and future. And the more you've got, the more you need to come on the show. So sit back. The debut, Blank Xpression, with the song New World. Rest in peace, Chris Try. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Absolutely wunderbar, as they say over in Germany.
Thank you.
Thank you.
World class, man. Just fantastic.
Cheers.
Just, Kerry, Kimbo, Charlie, what was your thoughts? Radio personality, never mind what I've got to say.
Oh, I was just bopping away there to it. I absolutely loved it. Great driving tune. Great. I loved the vocals and that guitar intro. It was cool. Well done, guys. It was really, really good.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well said, Kimbo.
Well, I gotta say, I love the beginning, the introspective guitar. I mean, was just out of sight. I love that. But then it sets the stage for the rest of the song. I mean, once the power chords kick in, it becomes a fight song. I mean, it really does. And all I could say is like it's an exclamation point on the lyrics, and it made me want to go, hey, let's go, come on, let's take the world down and reform it or something. But
yeah.
So it was kicking. Yeah, good stuff, man.
Thank you so much.
Well said, right there. Well said.
Yes, it was very powerful. I'm sorry, Sparky.
No, it's me. I was bad. I was just going to say, Shadow Smile, you're up next, just so that he knows. That was all. Charlie, on you go. Sorry about that.
Well, no, it's okay. It's a strong song, man. Very meaningful too. I can relate to losing a guitar player, so it's a great song. Loved it. Thank you, Blank.
Written when he was 17. He was 17 years old when he wrote that song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say one other thing as well, because obviously there's only three of us here, because Rich, the other guitarist, couldn't make it tonight, so that's why we were holding the fort. But
Yeah.
he's here. He's here in spirit. Isn't
He's
he?
here in spirit, yeah.
Hey, that's it. Usually it's only one member of the band that comes, and their other bandmates like, I'm not going on a silly podcast. So respect to the three of you for coming. How does everyone find you guys? How do we find you? You don't know the drill now. Website or Blank Xpression is quite a unique name, easy to find you. But do you have a website or anything, lads?
Yeah, it's a Wix site, Blank Xpression Wix, but I mean, we can put it in the comments or whatever, if that's all right on the.
Yeah, of course.
Our manager can send it across. We just play instruments basically and jump about on stage. That's about it. So
hey, I need to get you guys on a couple of shows rapid. So you take your pick the same time next week. Come on another show. Until the next time, Blank Xpression. Absolutely
sure.
Thank
brilliant,
you.
honestly.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Sweet.
guys.
Cheers,
Nice
everyone.
one.
Thank you.
Brilliant,
All
man.
the way from the UK over to the UK, represented by Connor. Connor, who are Shadow Smile as a band, and what's the story behind the song Hellbound Heart?
Yeah, I feel like things are going to take a dark turn now, because everyone's been quite upbeat and quite positive.
Hey, it's not called the Diverse Show for nothing. Honestly,
I love that last song though, guys. That was amazing. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, so Shadow Smile we're a metal band. We're based in the UK. We have a lot of influence from horror movies and things like that. So there's a lot of dark imagery going on. This song, Hellbound Heart, is taken from our new album, which just came out, which we crowdfunded and got done at a place called Treehouse Studio up in Derbyshire. And this song's based on a Clive Barker novella called The Hellbound Heart, which was later adapted into the film Hellraiser, which some people may have seen.
of course.
So it's all about the concepts of lust and how it kind of drives us and becomes insatiable and very difficult to resist. So it just makes me sound a little bit pervy to say that. But
Hey, not at all. I've been looking forward to getting you on this show for a while. I've been talking to you for ages. Shadow Smile, ladies and gentlemen, with their song Hellbound Heart. It's metal, it's a diverse show. You're coming on the heavy metal show, absolutely guaranteed with this song. Sit back and enjoy. Max Storey, you're next, because I thought we were doing the normal protocol and you'd be commenting, but we've now got 3 DJs for Shadow Smile, Hellbound Heart. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Turns the same
Just absolutely dynamite.
Yeah.
I can see Charlie, you're the third guest. You're out to the way. Ladies first. Kerry, Kimbo, Charlie, what you've got to say about that masterclass? Connor, amazing. Honestly, what a great
Thank you
man.
so much. Thank you.
Kerry,
I mean,
Kimbo.
yeah, I know you mentioned that you think it was going to be a bit of a dark downturn. Dark, but you've got a really crisp sound going on there. And I love the video, and your vocals really good, and you've got really catchy chorus. Song's going to really do well.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
You're welcome.
absolutely. And if you think that, start with to see who's coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. If this is a wee clue for you here. Kimbo, then Charlie Souza.
Well, I love metal in all its forms. I mean, frankly, that was a good headbanger. I love the pseudo screaming growls, and you had one scream in there that was probably at least 10, 12 seconds, which I'm pretty impressed with. So very nice. And then it came down, you used a little keyboard to kind of bridge things. And I just thought it was very excellent. So, hey, dark has a place in the world too. After the sun goes down, it's dark. So whatever, all genres, all good. I'm definitely putting that on my playlist. So
thank you
I
very much.
agree with you, Kimball.
Well said, Whitebeard. Do you know something before you go, Charlie? See, a lot of people that like more chill music, they think that they maybe think, oh, that's too. If you want to actually sit back and listen to the musicianship in heavy metal music, dream on. Most of you lazy musicians sitting tapping 4 chords. These guys are the baddest people on the planet. Sorry, Charlie. Then Mr. Redbeard, he's texting me. I want to say something. So you're getting 4 comments. Charlie, then Redbeard.
Okay, well, Connor, you rock. You know that.
Oh, thank you very much,
you rock.
man.
So, it's very powerful stuff, man. It's strong. You know that. And you got that young rock thing going that, don't stop. Just do it. I mean, you rock.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Captain Redbeard, I know that this is your right up your alley there, dude. What's your thoughts before we get to your section?
Yeah, I've been in a few metal bands in the time, and it's one of them things, and I understand why you said what you said when you introduced your song, in the fact that heavy metal was like the black sheep of music business, I think, a little bit still, and people feel, it's going to be too heavy for people, but it was expertly played. I love the fact it's never boring. That song was never boring. There's always something to keep you interested. And I try and keep one eye on the video, but also try and just keep both ears on the music. And the video was great, but the music was great as well. And I love the way your vocals go. I'm assuming you do all the vocals.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do that switch from melodic vocal to a more aggressive vocal. And the song, at the end of the day, the song's got to keep people entertained. Not just bludgeon them into submission. And you pulled it off. It's a great song, great melodies. You've got everything in there. You've got melodies, you've got dark side, and I love the dark side myself. So yeah, excellent. I loved it. I think we'll check out all your stuff. We'll left a nice comment on your YouTube too.
Hey,
thank you
Captain
so
Redbeard.
much.
Captain Redbeard, what happened to you being a radio host for Voodoo Radio? Take that up. I can teach you to make a radio show in 10 minutes, dude. It's really easy, and you've got access to, you really should do that as well. Connor, how does anyone find you? And just so you know, the next 2 guests, Delphi Ravens, then Lucas. So just to let you know. Connor, how does anyone find Shadow Smile?
Well, thank you everyone for the kind words. Really appreciate that. We are on all major streaming services. Just search Shadow Smile. We're on Instagram, Facebook. Our username is usually Shadow Smile Music, or you can go to shadowsmile.world, which is our website. So thank you for having me as well.
Fantastic.
Appreciate it.
Hope to see you back here again. Connor with his band Shadow Smile. One love. Absolutely great, man. So from the UK, back over to the UK again. Captain Redbeard, this is his show. I work for him. He's the G behind this Top Talent Promotions music family. Mark Storey, introduce yourself and tell us the story behind your song, The Devil's in the Detail.
Okay, yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Mark Storey. And I sort of got a bit bored with being let down by musicians that were quite so dedicated. So I decided to do everything myself. So everything you see in here, I did the video, I did the music, I wrote the song, produced it, mixed it. So The Devil's in the Detail is it's an observational song about people you meet in your life. And sometimes they're not quite what you think they're going to be. So it's kind of lists the different people in the song, throughout the song, the kind of people you meet throughout your life, and the way they come across to you, and whether they got a hidden agenda. I'm currently 5 tracks into the album. Obviously, I'm doing everything myself, so it takes a while. It would have been 7, but I've decided not to put any covers on there. I'm going to do originals for 2 reasons. One, I've got plenty of originals, and B, I don't want to pay anyone else for the use of their music. So all my covers will stand on YouTube. But anyway, Devil's in the Detail. I hope you like it. It's a little bit mid-paced for a lot of stuff I do.
Dude, you're absolutely world class. He even does all the video stuff himself. My mum loves him to bits. She keeps saying, ask Redbeard to come up to Scotland and he can stay at our house when he's playing gigs. And we'll get him a couple of gigs then. Mark Storey with one of his tracks, The Devil's in the Detail. The man's fantastic. Alice Cooper, Eat Your Heart Out. My brother, Redbeard. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That's Dan Mark, Redbeard Story, ladies and gentlemen. And we could sit through that other 20 seconds there, and he mentions lots of people, including myself in his video. Love you, Mark. Honestly, dude. Can't say enough good things about you. I wish my mum wasn't so shy. I'm going to ask her, hey, Mum, come on, tell Mark how much you love her, because love him, because she's always here, but she's shy. Kerry, Kimbo, then Charlie.
Oh, wow, Mark. I got absolutely lost in those lyrics. Very, very relatable. I could even, even sense the feeling of that you've been hurt in life. And I just love those little guitarists and the harmonica. Wicked. Absolutely great track. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers. Appreciate that.
Kerry. Kimbo, then Charlie.
Very impressive as always, Mark. Thank you very much. I got to say the dance between tooting on the harp and the guitar was superb. I mean, it's just superb. Love the whole thing. I'll tell you what, you inspired me last night because I was listening to some of your stuff to go ahead and cover a couple of Dr. John tunes myself. You inspired me to that. All right. So not a lot of things impressed me, but you did enough for me. So that was great. I just love your music, man. I love the blues, and you pull it off. And I need you to let me know where you got that gas can guitar, because I have a, I have a couple resonators and things, but that thing really growls. It growls. Let me know. Let me know online. All right.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark. Was that a bass you were playing, man?
Headless, yeah, fretless, headless bass, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you got my vote. Listen, that was that harp playing, man. I want to hear the harp again. Okay, can I hear that again, there, Sparky? Can you play that harp part? No, I'm just kidding. It was really good, and you know what? Now that I'm getting to know you, Mark, I promise you, I'll never piss in your lemonade.
Well said, Charlie. Well said,
bad vodka in there, man.
Mr. Redbeard, my mum's been, she's probably the wee glassy away. She said, oh no, I'm in my pajamas, I'm not coming on the telly. But she loves you to bits. Papa B, you're up next. Do you want to take my mum's place? What was your thoughts on that marvelous track? Well, I'll load up your song, dude.
Yeah, that was great. I like the blues as well, and that kind of blues rock combination. Yeah, the gas can, that I was like, what the hell is that? So that was fantastic. But yeah, the harp in there was really, really clever and really well done. So it was a great track, Mark. Really great.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome guitar. It's a Bohemian guitar. It's made by a company called Bohemian. And
wow.
I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, it's got a pretty amazing sound. It's a
really
bit weird
does.
to play because being square, you can't really put it on your lap.
Yeah, it doesn't look comfortable, but yeah. Still, it sounded great.
You're that special, you get 4 compliments, you greedy bugger. Honestly.
I know, right?
Mark Redbeard Story. Love you to bits, dude. Till the next time. Thank you very much. I'll catch right back. From London over to Oregon, this show's his as well. It's his 3rd or 4th time here. Papa B introduced the Delphi Ravens. Who are these as artists? And what's the story behind your song? How wrong you were.
Yeah, this we've been around since about early 2020. I started the band, I founded the band, and I play the bass in the band, but I write all the music, but not all the lyrics. So this song actually was not our first song, but it was the first song we released in 21. And the lyrics are by the vocalist, Kira, and you'll definitely hear her voice in this. She's a great singer. So we both write lyrics. She came to me with this lyric and I liked it, and she had an idea for the vocal, and so I wrote all the music around it. And then we went to the studio and recorded it with some other songs, and it was the first song we actually released in 21. We've released I think 14 more since then, so, and working on some new stuff. So anyway, it's been a great journey. She's a great artist in her own right. So so we co-write probably, I'd say 80% of the songs together. And Delphi Ravens is basically alternative rock, and we have some different pieces and different styles. And Mark's, you've heard a couple of different things we did, Sparky, but in any case, this song is really I think Indie Band Guru reviewed this song and said it was a perfect FU to a former lover. That was their description of it. So that's kind of the theme of this song. Is it's kind of a, screw you, to a former lover. And Kira wrote the lyrics, so you can imagine it's probably somebody that she was with. So in any case, that's what it's about.
Your band's amazing. Delphi Ravens, he goes by the name Papa B. He's my friend on Facebook, Stephen Andre Burgess. So you've got a lot of aliases. Your music's great. Sit back and enjoy this, ladies and gentlemen. How Wrong You Were by Delphi Ravens.
Yeah.
Another amazing track. Boom.
Aberration of my heart, a non-existent memory. What I believed in from the start, that this wouldn't end in tragedy. How wrong you were. You said I'm sorry and that you changed. Another trap in your web of lies. Said I love you now, how strange to think that I wouldn't realize how wrong you were. This is not my swan song. Sometimes I am headstrong, but you just string me hypocrisy, your disdain and mistrust, and separating us for me from this rain of acid and disgust. How wrong you were to tally up the score. How wrong you were to think that I'd be added to the list. You manipulate and violate. I couldn't take it anymore. I needed an apathetic exorcist to prove how wrong you
Papa B, that is just absolutely brilliant, dude. I'm speechless. See, you should bring the rest of your band on these shows as well. Let them know how. In my opinion, it's the best way to spend time ever, sitting with other musicians and hearing all the stories behind the songs. So I'm getting emotional about this. Let's go, my three judges here. Kerry, Kimbo, and Charlie. I'm not calling these judges. I need a better name than that. But you know what I mean.
It's very well written and well produced. Great production. very relatable lyrics. I wonder who she's really, you know, writing about in that song though. Yeah, it's a really, really good job, and I certainly would play it on my show.
Cool.
Hey, honestly, we're on to something very special here. I honestly, sorry, I'm getting emotional. Kimbo, then Charlie.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. You know, this might sound weird to you, but other than most of Neil Young's songs, "Rockin' in the Free World" came to mind. That and a morph of the Smithereens. If you know who the Smithereens are,
I do.
Great American band. That's the music to me, and the beat, just the driving beat, the guitar. I mean, just fantastic. And her vocals, they're smooth but strong, so it makes like a nice casserole in there. That's very tasty, very good.
Oh,
and
cool.
I
Thank you.
think it was excellent, man. I really do.
Good. Thank you.
Strong stuff. Very strong. The vocalist, man, she's strong. And the music has got some power to it. I really enjoyed that tune, and I need to hear more. Where can we find you?
You can actually find us a lot of places. So we're on all the streaming services. You know, most people check us out on Spotify because everything's there. All of our
Delphi
tracks.
Ravens?
Just under Delphi Ravens. You can also find our website there. We've got a big following on SoundCloud. We've got a big following on Instagram. Fair amount of people on Facebook and YouTube as well. So we don't do a lot of videos. So this was actually, to me, a kind of a funky video, but it was our very first video. So we didn't have a lot of production money to put into it. So, but in any case, yeah, we've been very, very fortunate. So, but you can find us a lot of places. We've actually, I think we've won 8 songwriting awards in the last 2 years. So, and it wasn't for the song, man. It's for other songs you haven't heard. So, so it's really cool.
Yet we've not heard them yet. Well said, Papa B. Honestly, you're fantastic. The Delphi Ravens. Sorry, I always say Delphi. I'm Scottish. I say silly things.
That's okay.
Until next time, thank you so much. From Oregon, back over to the UK. It's a bit of a UK show tonight. Over in London, Luke Lucas, you know the drill, brother, by now. It's a debut in the show, though. Who are you as an artist, Luke Lucas? What's the story behind your song, Tears and Time?
So, I guess I started off producing and as an audio engineer for other people. That was what I studied, ended up being my job. And just gradually, over the years, messing about with writing, started making and releasing my own stuff. Ironically, this song is actually the only song, the first song that I've not actually written. It was written by one of my best friends, but years ago. But from the first time I heard it, I said to him, I was like, please let me produce this song for you. And he was going to be the artist, but never did anything with it. And I said to him one day, I was like, look, are you ever going to do anything with it? He was like, honestly, man, probably not. I was like, can I do it then? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. It's all yours. So, that was about 5 years ago, and I've just been chipping away, working on it since, because it's because it's not my song, it's his song. Well, the lyrics at least. It's a really personal one, and there felt like a lot of weight because, as you'll hear, my stuff there's a lot of production there, and his was just an acoustic version. So I kind of wanted to do it justice without taking away the heart of it. But I love it. It's all produced by myself. I got my mate who plays drums on it, Jack Geary. He does an amazing job. But then pretty much everything else was just from the bedroom desk.
Hey, look, it's a beautiful track, man. Honestly, sit back and enjoy this wonderful track, Tears and Time by Luke Lucas. Thanks for coming on the show, Luke. I've been looking forward to this as well. One love.
Stars to shine. forget that I exist. Then you tell me with no words that I'm not worth your reply. But now we're getting somewhere. I can see this is going nowhere fast. I can tell I'm not worth the text to say. Baby, I'm fine, but you're not worth my tears and my time. Finding it hard to find the right words to say. How much it hurt when you cancel today. I don't care about the food, just want an evening with you. In 5 minutes time, I got a message to say. I heard your new song, and I hope you're okay. And I'll probably tell you I'm fine. But now we're getting somewhere. I can see this is going nowhere fast. I can tell I'm not worth the text to say. Baby, I'm fine, but you're not worth my tears and my time. Wasted money, wasted time. Wasted whiskey, wasted wine. Wasted message, wasted reply. Worth my tears and my time. We're getting somewhere. I can see this is going nowhere fast. I can tell I'm not worth the text to say. Baby, I'm fine, but you're not worth my tears and my time.
Oh man,
Mm.
that is absolutely honestly, like I said, you know, that is just very, very special, man. Let's go the three amigos, Kerry, Kimbo, Charlie. Then our next guest, Steve Andrews. You're up next.
It's a great driving song, and I kept getting this like really ambient feel to it, you know, haunting melody, and I could really feel those lyrics. Great job. I'm really, really pleased you did something with it.
Thanks.
Well said, well said. Kimbo.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, I don't know if it's just me, but when you're sitting in a chair, whether on your porch or in your house, and you zero in with your eyes on a spot on the wall or something you're looking at, and you get totally lost in thought, okay, that's the vibe I got. All right, and I love that because you're just totally relaxed and you're zeroing in on something you're thinking about, and that's what I really like about the song. The ambience of the music just laid a total frame really around the vocals that were very poignant and important. But I thought it was really great. It's one of those songs that you can get lost in. Okay, seriously. So
It's made it's made for a movie, and like some kind of like spacey bit of a movie, or some kind of track Lost or something. I swear, whoever's vocals that was at the end, what a brilliant voice. Mr. Souza, Charlie. Oh, you're muted there, brother. Sorry, you're muted. Unmute yourself there, my man. Sorry. It's okay. Charlie, you're muted. You have to unmute yourself. I don't know if you can see your screen. It went out the way before. Greenbeard, you're up next. Would you like to say something while Charlie's unmuting himself? Greenbeard, what was your thoughts on that?
I would, Luke. I was really impressed with that, and I suppose because it's the music business, I try to place things in genres, you know, and you get asked to place things in genres, but I couldn't place it in a genre. I didn't know what it was. But you know what? That really didn't matter, because it was just a beautiful piece and it was so well produced. And I think, like Kerry said, there was a kind of a haunting quality to it, you know, the way that the vocals were kind of mixed, like low in the mix, but still very much there. So you were listening, and it was kind of very much something you were absorbing. And it was just a pretty amazing work, you know, all told.
Thanks.
I agree, Steve. It had that flow where you wanted to like relax, think about one thing, like Kimbo said, and or actually, the songwriter said that too. It just lays you back and gives you a chance to not think about much because of the music. It's so nice and relaxing. Appreciate it.
Wasn't it just? Oh, well said, everyone.
Thanks, man.
Look, you're a brilliant, man. Come and make this place your home. How does everyone find you, Luke? Your website?
You can find me on Instagram. Luke, this is Luke Lucas. I'm Twitter and Facebook have kind of slipped into the dust and will never be accessed. But Instagram, I'm fairly active on, and also any streaming platform. So Spotify, iTunes, whatever you use, you can find me in Luke Lucas.
Hey, man. Hopefully it's the first of many for you, bro. Lucas, till the next time.
Cheers.
So from London over to Portugal, you've seen much of Whitebeard tonight. You've seen Redbeard being featured. Now it's time for Greenbeard. Steve Andrews, could you introduce yourself as an artist? And I'll be honest, you've sent me this song and I've never heard it. What's the story behind Harvest Home? And this man's got the record for being on the show the most. He's got about 20 odd appearances. Some of his songs he's featured 2 or 3 times. This one, I've never heard of it, Steve. What's the story behind Harvest Home? But introduce yourself first. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Steve Andrews, originally from Cardiff in Wales, now living in Portugal. I'm also known as the Bard of Ely in Cardiff, not Ely, Cambridge. I'm also known for having a green beard, which you can see. I think that's probably enough about me. This song has actually a long story, so I'll try and keep it short, because the song is actually quite long as well. I got to thinking about, you know, having this song today because I don't know how many of you are aware, but this is actually the autumn equinox, and which is also known as the Second Harvest Festival. So for people who follow the seasonal calendar, you know, the druids and witches and pagan peoples who follow this is a really important day. And for people in olden times, this was very important because this was the second harvest. This was the time, you know, that you got in all of your nuts and your grain and your fruit and whatever that you would have to maybe store for the rest of the colder, darker period. So this was an important time, and it is also the equinox, which is the same length of day and night. And the other one is in spring. And funnily enough, I happen to be born on the vernal equinox, so I suppose I get to know a little bit about these things. But getting back to the actual song, the song started life as a poem, as many of my songs do, and it was published in a goth fanzine. And I can't remember the name of the fanzine right now, which is, you know, so I hope Alan Craw, who edited it, will forgive me for that if he happens to be listening. But it was in this goth fanzine, and somebody said to me, Steve, you know, that I think that'd make a good song. Could you maybe put a tune to it? So I said, yeah, I'll have a go at that. And so it became a song. And then what happened to it then was, so it's been in several incarnations. The first version of it was produced by Nathaniel Shelley, and I warn you, this is going to be long. Nathaniel Shelley, Nat Shelley, is the son of the late Burke Shelley. Burke Shelley was the bass player in the legendary Budgie, the heavy rock band. Anyway, so Nat Shelley did his production of the song, and it was kind of a little bit psychedelic, a bit kind of John Lennon sound to it. And anyway, that was that, and that ended up actually on a real EP on Cry Records from Wales. So that was fine. But what happened a few years ago, I started working with Jace Lewis, who is a really famous musician in his own right and producer. And I said, Jace, I want to do some of my old songs, but give them a new spin. And this is like an old song, so he's doing his new spin. He's doing his new production for Harvest Home. And so this is the Jace Lewis production of Harvest Home, a song that's been out once before with another producer, a song that started life as a poem. It's something to do with the harvest. It's to do with, and it tries to take you around the year. So I think that's enough about the song. Sparky, play the song. Thank you.
Got it, brother. Steve, you're not just a wonderful artist and a great friend. You're an absolute stud muffin. See if you all Google Steve Andrews, Britain's Got Talent, you'll see him get every single female member of the crowd up on stage, and I'm not kidding you. The man's a legend. Love you, Steve. Harvest Home by the Bard of Eli, Steve Andrews.
Many roads I have traveled, many hard times I have known, carrying the weight of the world and feeling so alone. I don't know what it is about you. Maybe I know you from another life that's flown. Whatever it is, don't wanna lose you. Don't leave me here to weep and moan. Bring my harvest home. 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 Won't you come and stay with me? Won't you come and stay with me? Won't you come and stay with me? Be my one true love. Now you see who I am as you gaze into my eyes. and I see who you are, and I'll never tell you lies. Bring my harvest home, 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 bring my harvest home. When we met again in springtime, when the daffodils had grown, with the warmth of summer sunshine, bring my harvest home. From the time of summer solstice, bring my harvest home. Bring my harvest, bring my harvest home. Bring my harvest home. Bring my harvest, bring my harvest home. Bring my harvest home, bring my harvest home, bring my harvest home, bring my harvest home. Bring my harvest home.
Absolutely beautiful, Steve. Yeah, I was sitting back there just taking that in because it was the first time. I don't know what's happened to Charlie. I think his phone's died or something. Let's go Kerry, Kimbo, then our next guest, Denny. You could say something as well here. We'll go three, what we've been doing. Kerry,
Steve.
Kimbo, then Denny.
Steve, you know, I love your music. You know, that builds to a really, really beautiful and haunting melody, and it's just sticks in your mind. And it's another great driving song to be listening to. Make sure you send it to me, buddy.
Oh, thank you so much, Kerry, and thank you for playing me on your show today.
My pleasure.
Flying Through a Rainbow, a real love and communication to my songs that, you know, I know a lot of people like. So I really appreciated that. And also thank you to Sparky for what you just said. And I'm glad that you really liked the song, which you hadn't even heard. So that was great.
Dude, we don't need to vet your music, you know, you're a legend. Papa B's back, so is Charlie. So
Yep.
hey,
Something happened.
I don't know, 2 or 3 people had to leave there in a row there. Kimbo, then Charlie, will stick to our 3 amigos here if Charlie's back in time. Kimbo, what was your thoughts here, dude?
Yeah, well, you know, it took me back to places I've been. I know on the Dingle Peninsula in Ireland, we found standing stones, and just to go there and touch them and feel them and see them. I mean, that's what this song gave me the vibe of, the feeling of, you know, ancient ritual, okay, ancient religion. And with the song, the soft chanting in the background kind of really added to that ritual situation. And it's amazing how many of the late 60s bands tied into this very sound. I mean, I think of Traffic, you know, I think of Canned Heat, some of their real early stuff. It was very similar. And, you know, even some Jethro Tull, Songs from the Wood. I mean, excellent stuff. So I was perfectly happy with it. You got a little bit of Eastern influence in there too. So really nice. Plus you blew away the vocals, bro.
Well, Thank you so much, Kimbo. And yeah, you know, like the standing stones, that's why I mentioned like Stonehenge in there. I've been very much associated with standing stones, Avebury and Stonehenge, and some stones near where I lived in Cardiff, the Tinkins Wood Burial Chamber, where I happened to be actually knighted by King Arthur Pendragon, who is the Druid leader, who I may have mentioned before. But anyway, I haven't got time to talk about King Arthur right now, so... but yeah, you know, I have been, you know, very much involved in that world. So yeah, that probably reflects it. And what you just said about the bands, yeah, sure, I'm just thinking another one like Led Zeppelin. You know, they were a band with that kind of influence, I think. So yeah, much appreciated.
I had no idea you'd been knighted. Holy shit. Charlie's struggling to come back in. He's coming back in a second. Denny, do you want to take Charlie's review space while I load up your song? Denny Von Braun.
Yeah, that's my new favorite from Steve, from what I've heard, for sure. It was a very beautiful song, and the producer that you're working with did some really cool things to give it some neat character, like repeating the same vocal line and you know, giving it that robotic sound, but it kind of like just super worked with how the song was sounding. So I really enjoyed it a lot. So, and of course it comes from a great foundation from the poem, right? So it's just, yeah, it hit. I liked it.
Thank you, Denny. You know, I really appreciate that. And I was just thinking then that I remember, you know, when Jace was actually still working on it, his father, who I know, you know, Charlie Lewis, came in the studio and Jace was saying, "Dad, listen to this." And his dad was listening to this, and he could, you know, pick up on how good, you know, the sound was going, you know, with what Jace had been doing to it. With, as you saw, like the repetitive vocal lines and the chanting that Kimbo could picked up on, and yeah, that was all, you know, very much intentional, a lot of work for Jace, and I'm really glad you liked it.
Hey, Steve, you're a legend, man. Watch this. I can read the future. Steve's going to hold up a bit of paper that says steveandrews.info on it. Steve, how does anyone get hold of you, bro?
I'm 70.
A great answer. Steve, man's a legend. Love him. Hey, Steve, till the next time. Thank you very much. And Charlie, welcome back, brother. Welcome back,
Thank
Charlie.
you.
I don't know if you heard any Steve song there. I think you missed it, but we'll let you off this time. Denny, take your place. Right, so from Portugal over to Canada, he's got links to New York as well. Denny Von Braun, introduce yourself as an artist. Who are you as an artist? What's the story behind your song, Rocks?
Yeah, I'm Denny Von Braun. I'm an Indigenous artist from Edmonton, Canada, so the west side of Canada. And Rocks is, unfortunately, I had some kind of down experiences in the music industry with some venues and some promoters and things, and I was feeling down, and I feel like this song just kind of poured out of me as a reminder that of why I do it. It's just because I really enjoy making music and stuff like that, and it kind of doesn't matter about what else is going on. Just another note about me, I am a DIY guy, so everything is I do everything myself. This video I threw together, the production, all that stuff, much like Mark and much like some of the others here. I believe it was Luke Lucas. But
hey,
yeah, that's Rocks.
This place is becoming your home now as well. I believe it's your third or fourth appearance here. You're absolutely brilliant, brother. Love you to bits. Denny Von Braun with his wonderful track, Rocks. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. So there's only two more after this. It's the two Tims, Tim Turner and Tim Hopkins. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Best show ever. Love.
to walk home with rocks in my shoes. I need to be where I'm needed. I can't stop to shake them loose. The steel storm is up ahead. It's a network of knuckleheads. No grace and no recompense. There's nothing wrong with self-defense. I must do what I do. The other dreamers race to the moon. The rocks in the socks, they may weigh me down, but I'm not alone when I look around. I've done it before and I'll do it again. The musical man will remind me of when shit was good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know. It's a minor pain. I'm on my way to what's new again. Refresh my page, reload my soul. Accept the cookies and take control. Untie my shoes and shake the loose. Dislodge the pain and start again. It's the only chance to make my way back home. Yeah, you know.
Yes, wowza. Honestly, Denny Von Braun, ladies and gentlemen, you're absolutely brilliant, dude. Just, I was really loving that. I actually cracked a beer. I says, Kirsty, bring me a beer. And she brought me a beer and opened a beer during that. I loved it so much. So Kerry, Kimbo, then Charlie, back to the usual.
Denny, you very, very expressive vocals. I like the Japanese vibe you got going on there. And I love that haunting sound. You know, it's really, really well produced, very, very catchy, very memorable. I'd love to play it on my show.
You definitely have permission to, of course.
Hey, Denny Von Braun, Kerry's Jukebox, everyone get all your social, put all your Facebook and Twitters and everything, and like at least you start with each other, because think of all the fans you've all got together. See if you can all let your fans see each other's stuff. You can all share your fans together. Don't be selfish. Like most artists are rivals to other artists because, oh, I want to get the gigs in my area, but you're all over the world here. So, hey, well said, honestly. Kimbo and Charlie.
Well, I think most indie musicians and artists, including myself, you're glad to let go of that false prison or the clutches of what the music industry is most of the time today. And once you do that, you're true to yourself. And what you're going to do is end up being a better artist, musician, a better lyricist, everything all around, because now you're finally free. You're not worried about the numbers so much as you're worried about the music that you want to present to somebody from your heart to theirs. And I think that makes all the difference. And, I could see the message in the music. I really enjoyed the fact that you had a melodic 80s vibe. It wasn't overpowering what the lyrics were about. And having that background was nice that, you gave us. So, hey, man, keep trucking, keep on doing it and feeling good about what you're doing in yourself. Even if one person hears your music and you had a ton here, okay, and it made a difference in their lives, okay, I'm getting the chill, then that's important music. All right.
Hey.
So I'm just blathering on here, but
and 10
good
years
stuff,
time,
man.
in 10 years time, myself and Kirsty and my children probably by that time, we'll still be sharing this show every week somewhere. So because you feature a song here one time, I'll never stop promoting it. And I don't know where we're going to go here as a music family. Charlie, what was your thoughts here before Denny tells us how to contact him?
Well, I totally agree with Kimbo. This stuff is, Denny, you taekwondoed this tune, man. You really did great. And I enjoyed it.
Roundhouse kick with a karate chop, wasn't it, Charlie?
Yeah. Whoa.
So, Denny Von Braun, how does anyone find you? You've got a unique name. If anybody types it in, they'll find you. But do you have a website or anything, brother?
Not a special place. The Instagram, the Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. Do fun covers on my YouTube channel. So shoot over there and check out some of that stuff. That's fun. Denny Von Braun, all platforms.
Denny Von Braun, till the next time. Legend in the making. One love. So from Canada over to Arizona, the last two guests of the evening, two of my finest gentlemen, the two Tims. Start off with Tim Turner. Introduce yourself. Who is Tim Turner and what's the story behind your song, Down by the Waterfront?
Down by the Waterfront. Yeah, first I'd like to say to everyone, it's kind of cool, this technology. We're becoming friends from all over the world. We have something in common, which is music. For some reason, it drives our souls. We don't stop. We keep producing, creating, and you guys are inspiring to me. Being older, I picked up a guitar when I was around 13, 12, something like that. Dysfunctional family, alcoholic parents, messed up brothers and sisters, prison, freaking everything you could think of. And I picked up that guitar and that was my buddy. That guitar was my friend. And that's how I play it. And you guys, I think, now, Sparky, I've been on about 6 shows now, and this is, I think, the best.
Bro, honestly, something special's happening here. And it really is. It's getting better every week.
It's getting better. Steve blew me away. I never heard that song, and I just absolutely loved it. Denny, I could take time to talk about each one of you, but what I'm going to do is talk about Down by the Waterfront.
Can I just jump in for 2 seconds, right? See, today, all I've ever done is make rough copies of these. I don't know how to video edit any videos, but as soon as I find someone that wants to take the credit, we can go back over 1,150 guests to date and make us real shows TV worthy, because this is live television. This is not a podcast.
Yeah, I would use.
But yeah,
this.
we could talk about this all day. But tell us about Down by the Waterfront.
Okay, Down by the Waterfront. I played the acoustic rhythm on that. I played, I think, another track with some acoustic finger picking, and then I used a Les Paul to play sort of a rhythm along with the flow of it, and then I used a Les Paul to play the lead. So I play rhythm and lead. I'm self-taught. I have my limitations, but I've learned over the years to use it to my advantage in the music. I think my talent is putting it where it belongs, putting everything where it belongs. And I've had the opportunity to work with some, I've talked about it before, Steve Krimmel, Grammy Award winning engineer. So, and then I worked in another studio with another good friend of mine. He's a sound engineer, Jeff Nelson. So this song was recorded originally with Jeff, but then I took it over to Paint a Sky Studios and finished it up with Steve. Tim Navoa is on drums. I'm playing bass. I usually don't play bass, but I can. I played bass, I played the rhythm, and I played the lead. Now, here's the thing. A young songwriter from Canada sent these words to me. Normally, I write them. But now I had a challenge of putting this guitar composition, trying to put it to these words. And what happened was I sort of manipulated the words, redid them to my kind of thing. And I think that's why it worked. And it's a long song, and I hope it fits in what everybody's doing here. And down by the waterfront.
It's absolutely perfect, honestly, Denny. You're a brilliant artist, honestly. Down by the Waterfront by TT, Tim Turner. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Gotta look good when her body's the bait, and even if her makeup doesn't hide the bruises, she's still hoping to score a $50 date down by the waterfront. Let the good times roll down by the waterfront. Come and tempt your soul down by the waterfront. Let the good times roll down by the waterfront. Come and tempt your soul. Draws a crowd to the shooting gallery. Business is booming in the needle tray. He smiles at the cops as they cruise on by, but they'll be back when it's time to get paid. Down by the waterfront, let the good times grow. Down by the waterfront, come and tempt your soul. Down by the waterfront, let the good times roll. By the waterfront, come and tempt your soul. The manic street preachers plead to passing sinners, but no one volunteering to repent just yet, 'cause the night's still young when you're craving for a fix, and there's always a memory good times roll. Down by the waterfront, come and tempt your soul. Doesn't waste any time finding new tricks to treat, and Freddy's got arms lined up and cops for the taking, while the street preachers have set up a makeshift pulpit to conceal their guilt from the ones they're forsaken. Down by the waterfront, let the good times roll. Down by the waterfront, come and tempt your soul. Down by the waterfront, let the good times roll.
ATT, Tim Turner, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing killed track. If there's anything that I can be negative about it is, see if you could make a 3.5 minute version of it. I'm sure Kerry and Kimbo and the folk on the radio
I
would
tried.
say
I tried to shorten it.
Hey, I'll let the experts say something here. Like Kerry, Kimbo, then Charlie, ladies and gentlemen. But what a wonderful track, TT.
Oh wow, there was such an earthy vibe and vocals, a lovely haunting sound, and I love those guitar riffs, and you got a nice little snare roll going on. It was really, really good. I really, really loved it, and I'd love to listen to it again.
Well said. Oh, you're shy and all that. Don't kid on your shy. Don't kid on your shy, Tim. Kimbo. Kimbo, then Charlie, then our next guest, TH. We need to call these. We can't keep you know, you need nicknames in this family. As soon as there's two of the same person, I name you. Didn't a red beard and white beard? Kimbo, then Charlie.
Yeah. One phrase. The return of Lou Reed. Okay. I mean, it sounded totally like a Lou Reed, you know, backtrack album. I mean, just the vocals, even what the, you know, even what he's talking about. Hey, the cops, you know, he smiles at the cops as they go by, and then he'll be back later to get paid. You know, it's totally Lou Reed to me, and that's good. I mean, I'm thinking, I mean, yeah, you could shorten it a little bit, but then again, would Lou Reed do that? I don't know.
Lou Reed would say, "Take a walk in the wild side."
Yeah, I agree with you, Kimbo.
It's just like that.
Souza.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very dreamy tune, man. You know, I could fly over the top of a mountain with that thing because, you know, I don't care.
Okay. I was here. The last song made me have a beer. This one made me roll a cigarette, which is okay in some countries and not in other places. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sorry to admit that live on camera. But TH, you're the next guest. What was your thoughts there? And then Tim Turner can tell. None of you are called Tim anymore. It's TT and TH. I can't pick Tim for one of you, so that's better. TH. Oh, we can't hear you, Tim. Big problems. We can't hear your input. We can't hear your microphone. So hopefully you can sort that while Tim tells us how to contact you. Tim, what's the best way to contact you? YouTube or any of these things, website?
I have there's an Instagram and Twitter, and there's Facebook and YouTube, like everybody else. I do have a personal website I had for a long time, but off the top of my head, I can't remember the what do you call it? The URL. Yeah, those are the places you can contact me. And if you do contact me, I will return that. And like the other person said earlier, if you subscribe or you do, I try to reply to every comment and say something personal.
Hey, Tim, you're absolutely fantastic. The last guest has had to re-log in. So Steve Andrews, you say something as well, and Redbeard, because Tim's trying to log back in. He's the last guest of the evening. So Greenbeard, Redbeard, you want to say something to Tim about that track?
Yeah, I'd love to. I could see, what Kimbo was saying about, Lou Reed. I could hear that in it. But what occurred to me, and it occurred to me pretty quickly when the song started, is that I was thinking of Leonard Cohen, and Leonard Cohen was one of my all-time favorites. Absolutely love Leonard Cohen. And it was sounding like the kind of pace and the lyrics were kind of Leonard Cohen-ish. But then the guitar coming in, that was not Leonard Cohen at all. That was making it very different. And it was a song that, for me, there was so much kind of there. It was a song that I would want to listen to again and again. Right. And it was a quality song. And that was the thing really that I'm going back to Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen had quality in his work. He was a poet and a writer as well as the singer, the songwriter, and his songs were deep. And that was what came over, I suppose, in your song, Tim. It's a deep song. There was a lot there. And so, yeah, I was really impressed with that. And the length of it didn't matter, that really didn't matter. So.
Hey, as you said, Leonard Cohen, that sounds so much like Leonard Cohen. The poets are leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. Before Redbeard says a comment, Tim Hopkins, test your mic. No, we can't hear you, man. Honestly, take your earphones out and go loudspeaker if you can. Take that off. And Redbeard, what was your thoughts there on TT's track?
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. I'll let Mark say something quickly first. Redbeard, what was your thoughts on Tim's track there? And then we'll go to the final guest of the evening.
I echo what Steve says and what Kimbo says about the kind of sound, the Lou Reed kind of sound to it. But also I agree with Steve on the fact that it's one of those songs that definitely tells a story, which all, like great songs tell great stories. And, it's one of them songs that once you're into it, it's like reading a book. You kind of, each verse gives you another chapter till you get to the end. And it's fantastic because it just kind of rolls along and kind of takes you with it. And I'll tell you what, that was outstanding, Tim. That was a really class track.
I appreciate that.
I'm proud of that, mate.
It was actually perfect, and if it was 15 minutes, it wouldn't bother me too much. But most radio stations would say, "Give me a radio edit of that TT." So
Yeah,
Tim Hopkins, say something before Tim goes, because that's only fair. Tim.
Yeah, I did want to say something. So as a bass player, one of the things you're always trying to do is find that pocket, that timing feel that just sits. And one of the things I feel about that piece, Tim, is it really sits. And that's why I don't care how long it goes for, because it just makes me feel good. Just the timing on the snare and the interaction between the bass and the guitar and the vocals and everything, it just sits perfectly.
Can I say something? How much I appreciate what everybody says. It really means something to me, especially getting older. And I'm still active, I'm still playing, but I so much appreciate what everybody said. But I have to give credit to the songwriter. I did manipulate the words. I did make them mine. I had to. I tried to shorten it at Pain the Sky Studios. I tried to, and it didn't work. It wasn't clicking like the way I wanted. So that was as short as I could make that story. Like Mark's saying, it's a story. But one thing, I want to say the name of the writer. He lives in Canada, and his name is Bobby Dodd. And I did 2 or 3 songs of his, which was a challenge because I write my own stuff. And then that drummer, that amazing drummer, his name is Tim Navola. Just want to give credit to those guys because I think they made that song happen.
Hey, Tim, you're absolutely fantastic. What's the best way to find you? It's Tim William Turner on most social medias, isn't it?
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You know, I'll the next time I'm on a show, I'll make a list and I'll say all of them. But
hey,
you know,
dude, you've not even got a Facebook profile page. You've only got a profile. So I'm going to personally make you one.
I made a fan page, but nobody knows where it is. No one knows where it is. Like 3 people. Yay.
I'll make you another one. Tim Turner, until the next time. I love you, brother, honestly.
Thank you. I love you.
From Arizona over to Canada, Tim Hopkins, he's now called TH, because I can't call any of you Tim. I can't just, I just said all this. Tim, could you introduce yourself? Who is Tim Hopkins, and what's the story behind the song Stay?
Well, I am a multi-instrumentalist. I play bass. I played bass since I was a teenager. I play guitar. I sing. I love to sing. And I don't get nearly enough opportunity to do any of those things these days because I live in the middle of nowhere. There are no other musicians around. So I make music electronically is what I would say. I don't make electronic music necessarily. I make music electronically because that's what I have an interest in at this point in my life and the facility to do. Stay is, it's a bit of a difficult one for me to talk about. It was the first single that I released this year. I have a loved one who has lived for most of their life with depression, and through much of their life has talked about leaving. And so as with a lot of my music, though there are no words, the music is very personal. And I always try to express the way I'm feeling and the emotion around something when I write music. And that's what Stay is about. It's a little bit on the dark side, but I hope it also has the feel of something a little uplifting and that there's a light. So that's what this one was written about.
Hey, Tim, beautiful introduction. You're a very special man, a great musician, absolutely wonderful artist. And I'm going to let everybody say something quickly at the end of this track if you're still here. Thanks for all staying here. Tim Hopkins, aka TH, is his name now. Well, minus the C, ladies and gentlemen, who know what I'm talking about, with his marvelous track, Stay. Enjoy, one love. bravo. Perfectly to end the show. I don't know what to say apart from wowza. TH, Tim Hopkins, ladies and gentlemen. Kerry's very sorry that she had to leave, but once she hears that, I'm sure she'll help you out as well, Tim. Let's go Kimbo, Charlie, and then the rest.
Yeah, I'll make us out.
Kimbo, then Charlie. Kimbo, Charlie, then blank expression. Kimbo?
So two things there. When I worked second shift many years ago, there was a guy on the radio. I would get off around midnight. His name was John DeLiberto. And maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't. But he played this type of ambient music, okay? It was very spacey, very like what's out there, the unknown, galactic. And from that guy, I picked up, because I'm an amateur paleontologist, believe it or not. And I would clean 30-million-year-old skulls to this type of music because it was just so awesome that I was even doing that I was touching something that old. So, I mean, Tim, that stuff right there, it's great. I mean, there's a whole niche for that. You need to start sending your stuff out there, bro. I mean, really, it's out there. It's out there. I like it.
Hey, can I just jump in now before you go, Charlie? That's the thing, right? See, what I'm trying to build here is nothing for me at all. You know, I want to bring all the best people together, and all your agents, your managers, your studios, your record labels, if they're good people, let's all come together and make great shit happen. And if Tim doesn't know what to do with his music, but you do over there, Denny, or something, let's all just do it for each other, man. Anyway, Charlie, then I'm going to do the round robin. So Charlie, then blank expression.
Hey, can I say something real quick about that track?
Yeah, okay? Of course you can, man.
Yeah, that track, I really liked it, because it's really like who said that? Kimbo, right? Kimbo, the guy who said that.
Can I just introduce you, dude? Can I just introduce you? This is TG Venom. He's an artist who's meant to be on. I'm sorry we didn't get you in time, but bring yourself on camera. He wants to say something. We can't say no. We've not seen you, but come on the camera and say this and start that again. TG Venom, ladies and gentlemen. I'll bring you on a show next week, brother, to make up for this. But yeah, no one knows where you came from there, so just say that again, my man. TG Venom.
All right, so you want me to introduce myself right now, or
well, I was just letting people know because everyone was looking to see who was talking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm new to this because I'm
going to ask you now to turn your camera on. You'll get an option to do it, and if you do.
My camera's messed up right now. That's the problem.
No worries. Continue anyway, my man. No worries. On you go, brother. Nice one.
All right. But yeah, I'm all new to this, by the way. What's his name? Sparky. He wanted me to join this. I'm like, all right, it seemed pretty cool. You know, share my music. We talk about music. It's all good. But the two tracks I want to talk about was it's Tim from Arizona. That was the last guy, right? The one with the bass playing and the guitar playing before the electronic music was playing, right? Because I wanted to talk about that one as well.
Everyone, all your mics are open, so just talk away. So Tim, TT is talking to you, brother. Yeah, on you go, PG. TG.
Yeah, so the last track that I've heard, that was really nice. I really like it because it was the music that I listened to, and it's like the music that I composed myself. And it's not like something contemporary, if that makes any sense. It's not something like, oh, well, you know, it's something that's just out now and it's like the same old. It's like something like, it sounds like something you can hear in like a video game soundtrack. And that's something that people be saying about me. It's like, yo, TG Venom, your music is something that you could be in a video game. I'm like, yeah, that's okay. I could take that. In the last track that the other Tim was making, that was like very non-contemporary either. It was something that like you have to have the mindset of an older person to appreciate that kind of track. You know, you have to be somebody that was like, either you grew up in that time frame or you're like an old soul, like you're a young guy but you're an old soul, and you'd be like, yeah, that's such a great track. You know, it's like something from the 1960s or 70s. I mean, that's just how I feel. And it's, you know, both the tracks are pretty great. You know, I mean,
hey dude, I'm sorry to jump in. Who wants to hear a TG Venom song? Send it in the chat as soon as possible, right? And we'll still feature you, TG. But I'm going to continue with this round robin. Send your YouTube link in the track and we'll feature you in 5 minutes' time. send it here in the chat. Just go to
Right.
YouTube, copy the link, send it here. Right. Oh, somebody's getting called. Let's do the round robin like we said. Russ, Stallons, then Tim Turner. No, Blank Xpression, then Russ. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a great tune. Really enjoyed it. Me. Go on,
I was
go,
gonna say,
you go.
I love Jean-Michel Jarre, and that was just like, whoa, man. You know, Rendezvous, that sort of stuff. But
Sorry, man, I don't know what's happening there. Sorry. Blank Xpression get muted. Could you start your comment again?
It's music.
Somebody,
hello. Yeah, listen, I personally absolutely love Jean-Michel Jarre, and that was just like,
I have to get rid of you.
sorry, it was Steve's Facebook. It was ringing.
Yeah.
That's hey, we're all family here. It's all good now, isn't it? Sorry, in we go, guys. Sorry about that.
that's all right. I'll get confused easily, so I'm totally around. Yes, yes. I don't know if anybody heard what I said, so I'm going to say it again because I think it's really important. Wow, I love Jean-Michel Jarre. That was absolutely brilliant. Reminded me so much of him. And I can imagine sticking it on my spaceship when I fly out to Alpha Centauri for the first time. So, whoa, I love that, man. I'd just like to say, I think we all like to say, we've just been blown away tonight. Like, everybody's music has been just so, expecting a bad one because we're going to get a bad one. Oh my God, not another good one.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely, yeah.
So,
great.
like, wow, I know what Sparky means. I mean, I've not seen all his because this is our first time. We've not seen any previous ones, but
that's been great.
Yeah, wow,
to be a part of
guys.
it tonight. Yeah, so it's been really good. I mean,
honestly, I think we broke the 1,200 songs mark tonight, and I've only started it last January. And I'm not wanting to sound like a dickhead, but the podcast isn't. That's my pinky. I'm toptalentpromotions.com. Check out the 1,000 articles I've written, and every day on my website, I've met them all in at least this manner. But well said, lads, and thanks for that. I need some of this confidence. Russ, then TT, then Denny. Quickly, yeah. Russ, TT, Denny.
Tim, I think that your stuff is amazing. I think you do amazing work, and it's just brilliant. I love what you do. But this one just such a great message. Mental health and suicide prevention, such an important message. It's just a great work, and really enjoyed it. And great work as always, Tim.
Well, thanks, Russ. Much appreciated. And you turned me on to country, right? So it's all fair.
Well said, honestly. I don't know if I'm wasting everyone's. I'm not wasting everyone's time. I know everyone wants to talk here, right? But TG Venom's come in here. He was sitting in the waiting room. I didn't have your song in time, but you're here now. If you can turn your video on, or at least come on, and TG Venom, when you can, come on, take over the mic when you're ready. But in the meantime, TT Turner, what was your thoughts on that track there?
So electronic music, sometimes it can be repetitive depending on the programs, and I don't know much about it. I dabbled in it a little bit many years ago, and I was so proud of what I accomplished. And, I didn't play my guitar. I didn't play anything. I just did electronic music. But when it has the variances and it's not really repeating itself, it's telling a story. I want to hear it. And you can tell an experienced person at the helm. And I worked, by the way, with one who was a master at this kind of stuff. And that's what Tim is doing. It's electronic, but you have to understand, first of all, personally, Tim is doing it because he lives in the middle of nowhere. Well, Lard, I live in the middle of nowhere, up in the mountains in Arizona. There's no musicians here. I found one guy, I wrote a song, he wants me to work on it. Okay, but Tim's music isn't doing that. It's telling a story. The whole entire song, I was trying to focus on all the different things he was doing. And I need to listen to it again. I will listen to it again. I know Tim supports me, and I'm going to support him.
Well said, brother. So the two Tims, I can't wait to use to do something which is inevitable. Tim Hopkins, could you tell us the best way to find you and say anything else you want to do quickly? And TG Venom, get ready to take the mic, brother.
All right.
Well, I'm on Spotify as not as TH, but Tim Hopkins. And all the social media is all Tim Hopkins sound, one word. And that's just because there's a Tim Hopkins out there who is a world-renowned jazz saxophonist, and I didn't want to be confused because our music is completely different. But
Hey, Tim T.H. Hopkins is better, and Tim T.T. Turner, that's unique. And who's just joined the party? Who's coming up next? T.G. Venom.
Yeah.
It's T.H., T.T. and T.G. all on the road. Thanks very much, Tim. Wonderful. You're meant to be the last guest, but we've got a surprise. His camera's not working. But T.G. Venom, take the mic, introduce yourself. Where are you from, actually, brother? And what's the story behind your song Vampire Bloodline?
All right, so I'm from America, you know, the United States of America. And this track right here was done because somebody makes comic books, right? And he wanted me to make music for him. And I met him like late last year, around like, I would say maybe November, December, or was it October, November, December, around there. And he's like an independent guy who makes his own comic books for like vampires and stuff. And I was like, all right, I'll make some music for you for free. You don't have to pay me, do it for free because you're a cool guy and stuff like that. Because some people out there want money. I want you to give me money and all that. And I had to deal with a bunch of crap with somebody like that from Finland, but I don't want to talk about her. Screw her. But yeah, this track right here, that's pretty much the whole entire story right there.
Without further ado, thanks for honestly jumping in. It's amazing that you're here.
And one more thing about that track that just played, that electronic track. That sounded like something that you would hear like on a sci-fi mystery type of that type of thing. That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like sci-fi, but also like mystery, like dark mystery, sci-fi feel element to it. Not like anything like scary or anything, but like very mellow. But it's like somebody, like a detective, probably working on something. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody on here. Probably you think it does, sound crazy.
It does. But let's get on with this final surprise track, because we've been here for 150 minutes already. So we have TG. Vampire Bloodlines by TG Venom. Mysterious TG Venom. We can't see him. We can only hear him. Sit back and enjoy. One love, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, that was like watching a horror movie without any visuals. That was absolutely fantastic, and I didn't expect to have that song on the show. And TG, what a great track, man. We're going to end the show with the two radio personalities who've got the radio shows, Kimbo and Charlie. What was your thoughts on TG Venom's track there?
Well, to me, I was going over various movie, scenes that this could back up. I think that is definitely a niche for this. It could be sci-fi, somebody on a barren planet, and then realizing they're there alone. Really, the perfect marriage is video and the audio, okay? It's dramatic, darkly foreboding. It's a nice backdrop, maybe even for something paranormal, okay? And I don't care. You go on TV and you watch Ghost Hunters or anything like that, and this is the kind of music that's there.
Yeah.
So you have something that you could throw in a niche very easily. So I thought it was fine. And let me ask you a question. You're in the U.S. Are you in Bridgeport Chronicles? Is that Bridgeport, Connecticut?
No, see, the thing is that, again, I made the comic book for this guy, right? And if anybody wants any information, they can ask me on Instagram, because that's where you can find me.
Gotcha.
Besides YouTube, but I'm mainly on Instagram. But he was like, hey, I would like some music for my comic books. I don't know where he came up with Bridgeport Chronicles. I didn't ask him all that.
Okay.
But he wanted me to make some music for him, and I did it for free, because I'm like, oh, it's better publicity, and I could get more plugins and
That
stuff
was
like
very
that.
nice of you.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people wanted to do it for money and stuff like that, but he seemed like a cool guy. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it for free. Fuck it, I'll do it for free. I'll do it. And
the only reason I ask about Bridgeport is because I'm from Connecticut myself.
Okay.
And that's why I asked.
Yeah.
I love TG Venom's secretness, don't you guys? The fact that we can't see him, he's just come on here.
Can't see TJ.
Hey, absolutely. We've got TTTH, and now we've got TG. Charlie Souza, what was your thoughts? What was your thoughts to TG Venom here, brother? And then
I went sailing on that one. It was very dreamy. I watched this. What is this British TV show called Vera? You ever watch that? She's got background music just like that. It's kind of like mysterious, and then here comes somebody, and there they go, and they're it was good. I liked it, and that's about
Mr. Souza. TG Venom, do you know that Charlie Souza, who you're talking to now, has been up working with Tom Petty up on stage and everything? You're in the presence of greatness here, man. And I'm your connection on LinkedIn, TG Venom. But what's the best way for anyone to find you? Do you have a website or any of these things, brother?
Yeah, like I said, I'm on Instagram and really on YouTube. I mean, and my music on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, iTunes. It's pretty much a lot of streaming sites. Somebody said I'm a vampire. No. As a matter of fact, it's funny that y'all say that. I don't even like vampires. I really don't. That's no joke. I'm dead serious.
Hey.
I really don't. I'm more like a sci-fi guy, and I like the Terminator and stuff like that, and RoboCop. I'm like that guy. Like, Alien and Predator. I like the sci-fi stuff. I just knew how to do it because I was just messing around with that track. And when I was like, because everything I do is improvised. It's just like, it just comes to me. Everything just comes to me right on that spot. I already have something playing on my head, but everything just comes to me right there on the spot.
Dude, you've got three other guys that want to say something to you quickly before we end the show. Blank Xpression, what was your thoughts here, man? And we're going to end this show because it's been a belter.
Excuse the profanity, but I'm shitting myself. I don't realize. We've got darkness outside there. I don't know what sort of light you guys in the US and Canada have got, but it's dark out there, man.
I thought it was a great track. Yeah, I mean,
that is brilliant.
Very sort of ambient, very very sort of creepy. I'd say you could easily fit into a horror film or a horror game or something. But no, I loved it. I thought it was really cool.
And I'm with you, TG. It's TG, isn't it? I'm with you, TG. I love all the Terminator stuff, the sci-fi, mate. Yeah. Brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah,
So
what
do it.
a wonderful show this has been. It's been amazing. And TG, you were the 16th guest there. So I'll send you the full show and you can see who was all before you tonight. We're going to say goodbye to Facebook Live. Once you say goodbye, Facebook Live. And the main recording, for you that know, we want world peace, so we all want to have our VVs in the air. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love.